This question is from November 2018. It involves section number 149, the appointment of women director, the eligibility criteria for appointing an independent director, whether the stock option is available to an independent director, the procedure for removal of an independent director where he has been appointed in the second term. The marks awarded is 8. It is mandatory to have at least one woman director in its board of certain class of companies as may be prescribed by the central government. So far, 3 types of companies have been prescribed for appointment of such minimum one woman director.
Recent version?
Rule number 3, companies appointment of directors, rules 2014, prescribe there are 3 events. Of course, there are 2 companies, 3 events are prescribed. Every listed company. Point number 2, a public company, unlisted public company with a paid up capital of 100 crores or more, or a public company having a turnover of rupees 300 crore or more, as per the limit as per the last auditor financial statements to be taken into account. If the time limit for compliance of filling up the women director has also been given in rule number 3, a company is freshly incorporated and listed or achieving the turnover or the paid up capital, then companies incorporated under the Companies Act 2013, such eligible company as has been given listed company turnover 300 crores or paid up capital 100 crores or more, they have to comply with the appointment of a woman director within 6 months from the date of incorporation. Vacancy, woman director has been appointed and the director is vacating the office due to resignation or due to death or some other reason. The vacancy cost thereon is called intermittent vacancy. That shall be filled by the board within the next board meeting. Vacancy today, last board meeting happens on so and so date, within the next board meeting, or within 3 months from the date of falling of the vacancy, whichever is later, the vacancy is required to be filled up.
That's all.
Now, who cannot be appointed as an independent director? Section number 149(6) starts with a clause saying that an independent director in relation to a company means a director other than the managing director, a whole-time director or a nominee director. So therefore, if he is a managing director or a whole-time director, nominee director, he cannot be appointed as an independent director.
Has dumped something on you.
Yeah, this is really old.
Removal of the independent director, second term appointed. Section number 167(1) says that a company may by an ordinary resolution remove a director not being a director appointed by the tribunal or under section 242 before the expiry of the period of his office after giving him a reasonable opportunity of being heard. So therefore, removal of the director by an ordinary resolution is permitted. Which director cannot be removed? If a director is appointed by the tribunal under section 242 under prevention and operation of mismanagement, he cannot be removed. Other director can be removed before the expiry of the period for which he has been appointed after giving him a reasonable opportunity of being heard. Under section 167(1), the proviso says an independent director is appointed for the second term, reappointed for the second term under section 149(10), then he shall be removed by the company only by passing a special resolution and after giving him a reasonable opportunity of being heard. An independent director can be appointed for a term of 5 years and reappointed for a second term of 5 years. If he is reappointed, then for him to be removed, a special resolution is required to be passed. 149 subsection 6 says that who cannot be appointed as an independent director. Eligibility criteria negatively defined. An independent director in relation to a company means a director other than the managing director, whole-time director, or a nominee director who, in the opinion of the board, is a person of integrity, possesses relevant experience and expertise. It's a positive. B, subclass 1, who is or who was the proposed appointee was not a promoter of the company, holding company, subsidiary company, associate company. CHSA. Who is not related to the promoters or directors of the company in which he is proposed to be appointed, or its holding company, subsidiary company, associate company. He was not a promoter, he is not related to the promoter of CHSA. Section number 149(9) says that notwithstanding anything contained in any other provisions of this Act, but subject to the provisions of section number 197 and 198, an independent director shall not be entitled to any stock option. Company's shares cannot be given to him, and he may receive remuneration by way of a sitting fee under section 197(5), reimbursement of expenses for participation in the board meeting and other meetings, and profit related commission as may be approved with the members. They can receive part of profits, they can receive sitting fees, but they are not entitled for any stock option, but they are entitled for reimbursement of expenditure for attending the meeting or otherwise. The question here is, VGP Limited is a listed public company, having a paid-up capital of 100 crores as on 31st March 2018. Mrs. Jasmine was one of the promoters of PDS Limited, a joint venture company of VGP Limited. Mrs. Jasmine was appointed as a women director of the board of VGP Limited. There are proposals are there to remove Mr. Z, an independent director who was appointed for a second term, to appoint Mr. N, a nominee director in the board as an independent director. Third one, to appoint Mrs. Jasmine as an independent director, come woman director of VGP Limited. You are required to validate the above proposal and the appointment of women director already made. Whether N can be appointed as an independent director of PDS Limited, joint venture company, is an independent director entitled for stock option. 8 marks have been provided for. Validate the above proposals and the appointment of women director has been already made. VGP Limited has a paid-up capital of 100 crores and it is a listed company. And in terms of section 149(1), read with rule number 3, VGP is required to appoint one woman director. J being the promoter of PDS Limited, a joint venture company, and J being appointed as women director in VGP Limited is in order. No restrictions have been placed for a person being appointed as women director in a company, unlike the conditions for appointment of an independent director given in section number 149(6). Conditions applicable for women independent director does not apply for women director, therefore she can be appointed. Whether N can be appointed as an independent director of PDS Limited. N is a nominee director in VGP Limited. He is not proposed to be appointed in VGP Limited as an independent director. PDS is only a joint venture company of VGP. Therefore, N can be appointed as independent director of PDS Limited if he is otherwise qualified under section 149(6) as to that he is neither promoter of a PDS or its holding subsidiary associate company and not related to the directors or the promoters of PDS or its holding company, associate company or a subsidiary company. Therefore, N can be appointed as an independent director of PDS Limited. To remove Mr. S. Z, who was appointed as an independent director for a second term, Section number 167(1), the proviso requires that a special resolution has to be passed at a general body meeting is required for removing the independent director who has been appointed for a second term. Therefore, pass a special resolution for removing Mr. Z as an independent director under section number 167(1). Is an independent director entitled for a stock option? Section number 149(9) says that independent director is entitled for sitting fees, reimbursement of expenses, share of profit, but not the stock option. Therefore, he is not entitled for stock options. Whether N, a nominee director, can be appointed as an independent director of VGP Limited. Section 149(6) prohibits a nominee director being appointed as an independent director. N being a nominee director in VGP Limited, he cannot be appointed as independent director in VGP Limited. To appoint J as a women independent director in VGP Limited, J has been promoter of the joint venture company PDS Limited. She has been appointed as a women director of VGP, being a listed company. She is not a promoter or not related to the promoter director of VGP Limited. If she is otherwise qualifies for being appointed as an independent director, she can be appointed as a women director cum independent director in VGP Limited.